Welcome to the Misfit Squad podcast,
where we invite you to embrace your difference and to discover a spectrum of possibilities and change what's wrong about you into what is strong about you.
In honor of Valentine's Day, today's topic is finding your soulmate is as easy as 1, 2, 3. So today we're going to do a simple exercise to help you manifest your soulmate. All you have to do is use a simple meditation to get clear, focused, and invite in the soulmate that you're looking for. So, Kim, would you like to lead us in this activity?
Sure. First of all, actually, I couldn't give two frigs about having a soulmate. So for all of those people who are like, well, you probably didn't even listen to the show because you're like, I don't care about a soulmate. But if you don't care about this, me neither. But you can use the tools that we're doing for other stuff. It doesn't have to be just for your soulmate. So with that caveat, here we go.
Yeah, you can use it for all different areas of your life.
Yeah.
It's a cool tool, regardless of how you use it. And it's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yes, it is. So first things first. So we are going to talk specifically about soulmate or, a relationship, right? So the very first step is getting really clear, right, about what you desire. And this part is super important, what you don't desire.
Yes, that is very true. Yes.
So what you'd like to have in a person, in a partner, the things that are important to you occurring in a relationship, and the things that aren't important to you, that you don't want them to have, ways that you don't want them to be. Okay? So that's the first step. Step 1, make a list. What you want, what you don't want. Step 2 is you're going to go through each list and ask, is this mine? And then see what awareness pops up, because you might find, especially in the wants list, there's a bunch of things on that list that you don't actually care about or that actually aren't important to you. Right?
That's a really good thing to look at, because so many times we think we want something, and then when you actually sit down to look at it, you want it because you think you're supposed to want it, or you pick that up from somebody else, or got passed down from generation to generation. So yeah, asking clearly, is this mine?
Well, yeah, and funny enough, that's exactly what happened for me with the whole soulmate thing, is that I was in a lot of seminars and around a lot of women and people who were like, oh, I have to have a relationship, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, and then at some point, suddenly I was just like, oh, I don't care about that. So that's
if you're anybody or anything like Kim, your soulmate would be a horse.
or some animal, but a horse in this particular case, yes.
So it's just kidding. Like if there's another horse that she likes or would like, she can use this exercise to create that, calling in the horse that she would love to have as part of her practice.
Right. The truth is, I use a version of this exercise to call in new clients and new customers for my business. And you're right. I did a version of it to get some new horses to show up for riding lessons. So again, it doesn't have to be soulmate.
Yeah.
But make the list, what you do want, what you don't want. Go through the list, and in each individual thing, like for example, they have to be a brunette. They have to be 6 feet tall. They have to like jazz.
They have to have green eyes.
Right. And then is this mine? And, we've talked in previous shows about light and heavy, or however you get your information. You'll just sort of know if it really is important to you or not. If it's not important, cross it off the list. Go through that a couple of times until you think you've got a good, clear list of what you do want and what you don't want. And then Well, good. Now we're going to do the meditation. Simple as that. So get clear on, you've got your list. You sort of have to kind of have it memorized-ish, you know, so that you know what to do in the meditation. So for this,
before you start, I do have one thing to say. A lot of times, even with your list and what you're asking for or not asking for, some of it's going to be specific, but other times it's more of the energy of what that is. So say, for instance, on your list is to have someone who's kind, nurturing, caring. It doesn't mean that you have to have a particular way that that's going to show up. It's more of the energy of what that is, what that nurturing is for you. I wanted to say.
Right. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, close your eyes, open your eyes. Doesn't matter. You can do it both ways. So, you're going to imagine out in front of you a sort of large beach ball sized iridescent bubble out in front of you. Just become really aware of the energy in the bubble. And now you're going to pull energy from the universe into the bubble and just create a constant flow, ask for a constant flow of universal energy into the bubble. And then you're going to go one by one, and let's put the first thing in the bubble that you desire your partner to have or be or do. What's the first thing on your list in the must-haves? Put that into the bubble. You either imagine it going in there, some of you might see it going in there, some of you might actually hear it going in there, and some of you just might sort of like have the energy of that thing, and then you just ask that to go in there. So we'll put in the second thing. And the third thing on your list. And the fourth thing on your list. Those were all of our must-haves. Now we're going to put the energy of the must-not-haves into this bubble that we have. Okay, so put the energy of, and again, you might see it, you might hear it, you might sense this, you might know it's just gone in there. You might actually, for you, what might work is actually saying the word or saying the sentence out loud. There's no real right or wrong way to get the energy of what you're asking to create into the bubble. So then let's do the second thing on the list and the third thing on the must not have list and the fourth thing on the must have list. Now you're going to pull massive amounts of energy from all directions of the universe. So imagine the energy, sense the energy coming from above, from below, from the sides, from the diagonals, up and down, filling into this bubble and expanding the bubble, making it bigger and bigger and bigger, and making the bubble so big that it encompasses and is infused through your entire body. You're infusing, ask for the energy to infuse your entire body down to the molecular structure of your body, expanding bigger and bigger, pulling in more universal energy, expanding bigger and bigger and bigger. And you want to expand it bigger until you feel a slight shift in the energy. And now you're going to ask tendrils of energy, and you're going to see tendrils of energy going out to all the people, places, or things that are going to help you bring that soulmate or that relationship into your life. And as those tendrils reach those people, places, and things, you're going to ask the energy flow to equalize that so that it makes it easy for them to find you. And then you open your eyes. So that was like a super fast version, right? because I didn't want to spend a lot of time because we didn't have a specific list to use. So you can do this, the more you do this creation bubble exercise, the better you get at it. And then now I can do like a whole thing in like just a few seconds, but sometimes I'll spend like 5 minutes, or I've even spent like 20 minutes, like really getting present with the energy of what it is I'm trying to create, to get it into there and expand it out and then invite it in. What else? What do you have to say about any of that, Trina?
It's just a really great exercise to do for anything, like Kim was talking about, calling in, you know, clients or business or money, or if you need a different vehicle. It can be physical stuff and it can be non-physical things, but it's just a really great exercise, creative exercise that you can do to start putting out the energy for that. And really, a big part of what it is you getting clear on what you're asking for, but then giving the universe, God, spirit, whatever you want to call it, that you're asking, so that it actually can gift it to you. Because if you don't ask, you're not going to receive.
Right. And the one other sort of caveat is that we are actually we are using words. We're using specific descriptions sometimes, you know, like the little red Corvette, for example. But what we're really putting into the energy, the creation bubble, is the energy of that. What is the energy that having or owning or driving a little red Corvette creates in your life? Right?
Yeah.
What is the energy of having this particular kind of client or this particular kind of relationship? And that's important, because if it has to be a little red Corvette, it doesn't leave any room for the universe to send you something better, right? And sometimes it takes longer, because, you know, and you also remember, universe has to rearrange all of the quantum entanglements and things to help these things show up, right? So you want to be aware of the energy of what you're asking for, and then be aware of the energy of things when they start to show up. And where those two things match, you want to choose in that direction, right? Because if you're like, what if you get a turquoise blue Corvette? And then you're like, well, that's not a little red Corvette. That is not what I asked for. But this turquoise blue Corvette has like way more hoop-de-doo stuff on it and is actually a better car. You wouldn't have it and be like, well, the universe didn't give me what I wanted, right? So remember that piece of it.
And it really is about the energy of it. Like if, for instance, you're using the little red Corvette as an example, is it how you feel like the wind blowing through your hair when the top's down, or the sun basking on your skin? Like, and the ability to go really fast. Like, what are the things that actually light you up? That's what you're looking for.
Okay. And then the very last step. So I'm going to recap the steps. The first step was make the list. The second step was go through the list and ask if it's yours to get really clear. The third step is to actually sit down and do the energy, the bubble creation exercise. Clearly, every time I say it, I call it something different. Make the list. Is it yours? Do the creation exercise. And then the last thing, and this is the almost important one, pay attention to the energy of what starts to show up and follow the energy that matches what you were asking for.
Yes.
And don't go into, it's not showing up, it didn't work. The minute you do that, it kills it and it won't work. So following the energy that matches what you asked for those are the steps that you need to take to bring it into, to manifest it into fruition.
That was manifested into fruition.
Yes, thank you. So that's it.
That means bring it into your life. So that is a wrap for how you find your soulmate, as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Or create anything else you're asking for in your life.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Thanks. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good week. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the show.
Our target is to make your awareness easy to use and to acknowledge the power of not fitting in.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube and share it with someone you know.
Why fit in when you were born to stand out?
Embrace your difference. Join the Misfit Squad.